Well, Coles County Habitat for Humanity is one of many affiliates throughout the United States and actually the world. We have the board of directors, which we have between 12 to 15 volunteers serving on the board of directors. In fulfilling our mission, we utilize the churches as one of our main avenues to get both spiritual support. They provide volunteers. One of the big keys that all those that are working on the construction sites enjoy when we're building is the noon meal, which in most cases is provided by churches. So, you know, the church is really our important segment within our activities that we have. Another important aspect is really fundraising to be able to provide the funds to build the homes. The homeowners do pay a 0% interest mortgage, but it does take the money up front to be able to build these homes. And there's where we depend upon a lot of the community to be able to provide those funds. We have churches that can do fundraisers for us. They provided the facilities. On top of that, we have different grants that we go for to be able to provide the funds. And we do have individuals. Individuals can contribute, and that's another important aspect of being able to develop the funds to build the homes. Another important aspect of Habitat is really all the friends that we have with our community organizations. And from those organizations, they will provide us, again, with volunteers. They provide us with funds to help build from time to time. They are able to, many times, to identify potential families that could become Habitat homeowners.
Whenever I get volunteers to help, as they come in, they will register, and then from there, they kind of come over to me and give me a skill level. Some are carpenters, some folks are retired and they come in to bake cookies. That's great, I love that part. And some are really good maybe just picking things up and moving them for us. So we have all skill levels that will show up, and we can use any part of that. We do have all the safety features as far as we offer the hard hats, the glasses, the earplugs, the gloves, and all that's provided. So you don't have to bring tools. You just show up and we find something for you to do. One thing that we have started now is what they call a women's build. And one day we bring all the gals only. Now the guys will be there to supervise, but the girls come in and they can bring in their pink tool belts, they get the pink gloves, the pink hard hats, and as they buy those from Habitat, it's a fundraiser for Habitat. So they buy them and it says Habitat and it says Women's Build, and they really enjoy it. But we had 2 different weekends on my house. We had, the women did all the siding, and they finished all the soffit and fascia on a house, all on their own. So it was a lot of fun, just strictly the gals come on a weekend. And that information does come out in the local papers and on the radio and so forth like that when we have those builds. So everybody's welcome.
I got involved with Habitat when one of my employees knew somebody that had qualified for one of the houses, and they asked if we would help volunteer do some of the more technical stuff on the house, and I brought some of my crew over and we worked with them on that house, and then found out that it was a pretty enjoyable group of people to work with, and we've worked with them ever since. As a job site supervisor, you have to oversee it and try to make sure all the material's there for that weekend and everything. Try to keep it flowing and keep the house building. We have at least one job site supervisor, because sometimes we have more than one, because I think on the women's build, I think we had 50-some volunteers come that day. And so sometimes you have to have more than one person to help. There's all different job skills and that, and it's just a good time. Everybody, it's no pressure, no hurry. A lot of people come just to learn how to do some of this stuff.
The reason I volunteered was I'd like to help people. I think everyone at some point in their life or all their life should try to get out and help other people do something better. I think most of us have been blessed in our lives. We've been blessed to live in the greatest country in the world, but there's always somebody out there in need, somebody that needs just a little bit more. When we help people build a house with Habitat, we like to say we're giving them a hand up, not a hand out. And I like the program because the people put sweat equity in while they're building their home, plus they actually pay for their home. On our Blitz Build Day, that's the day we basically stand our house. It's quite amazing to see a house go up on a lot that quickly. It gives a lot of people a good sense of accomplishment. People that have never been involved with one of these are always amazed to see it happen.
To qualify, you do have to be employed. You do have to have income. You do have to make a $500 down payment and be able to make the home payment. These homes are not given to you. These homes are awarded to you, but you still get to pay for them at a very reasonable price. But my house payment also includes my insurance and my taxes. And I'm still paying the same things I paid for a crummy old trailer that I was living in. You have to put in so many hours in building your own home too. So, and I did qualify there. Family and friends can help towards your hours. After your home is built, you do need to help with the next home also. In the building of my home, at my age, I'm not able to do a lot of physical labor anymore. So I was able to carry off a lot of trash, including drywall, but I was capable of doing that. I did a lot of painting. I did a lot of lunches. I provided lunches and kept the property clean as we went and just did smaller jobs, but I was there every Saturday working. The people don't usually come in during the week to work, although I was over there quite often. They come in on Saturdays because that's basically when the working people are off from work, so they do volunteer their hours on Saturdays. When I moved into my home, we had a team from Eastern. It was the baseball team, I believe, that when in about 3 hours went to my trailer and dug up my whole yard, and I have a lot of plants, and they brought them to the new house and transplanted them. And it took them about 3 hours to do all that work, or it would have taken me months because I do have a lot of plants. I love my flowers, and I have my gardens planted seasonally, so they'll come up in the spring, and then they'll come up in the summer, and then they'll come up in the fall. So I just love my yard. It's the most beautiful yard of any Habitat house around.
It means the world to me to have my own home. You hear about people living in apartments forever and wishing they could be homeowners. When applying for a Habitat house, I would tell others to go for it. It changed my life, and it gave me a lot of opportunities that I would never dreamed of having. I've learned a lot. I've learned how to solve problems in the home, and I've become a lot better at fixing things, so I'm more independent.
I gave them a call, they mailed me an application, very small application, maybe 2 to 3 pages. And I sent it back, and I want to say in like September, and in about December, I got a letter saying, we'd like you to come to an informal meeting. So I came to the meeting, and we sat down and we talked. It was myself and 3 other women. And we all had qualified for a Habitat house, and I was just so excited. The Habitat for Humanities of Coles County, and I'm sure that's with all of them, determines who of the 4 get their home first by the need, whoever has the greatest need. So one of the ladies was living with someone, and she had a kid, and one of the ladies lived in a trailer. But anyway, I was the last one to get my house, and I was still very happy. I did things for Habitat like send out mailings, and every time you do something for them, they give you hours towards your home. We also took classes on how to be a good neighbor, how to keep your finances up, you know, what to do if there's something wrong, you know, who you should call about it. So that way you just don't run out and get the highest person to help you with your problems at your home, which I love that. We love our home. We are living in our home. We have 3 bedrooms, a bath and a half, living room, dining room, kitchen. I couldn't have built a better house if I had $1 million. I love my home, and I love all the people who help me. I mean, on days when it was 100 outside, people showed up in groves just to help.